Good morning, children. Uh, since we have completed the full portion about drama, prose and poetry, then let us go with some characters and all, if we can understand something about the characters of the story. So this story I'm going to talk about is An Angel in Disguise, written by T.S. Arthur. Okay, so first let us know what is the story all about. In this story, T.S. Arthur strikes a didactic note by laying emphasis on the importance of what? Importance of loving and caring for others. He points out that love is essential for human survival and happiness. That's very true. We cannot live without love. The story is about a poor woman who falls upon the threshold of her own door in a drunken fit and dies, leaving behind 2 daughters and a son to fend for themselves. The townspeople take pity on these children, and the 2 oldest are taken in by new families, but the youngest, Maggie, who is crippled, is left alone because no one wants to deal with the disability. A man named Joe Thompson decides to take her in for the night, but plans on taking her to the poor house the next morning, because he knows his wife would not approve of her. When Joe brings Maggie home in arms, his wife is enraged that he brings that sick brat into her house. Joe begs her, "Look at her kindly, Jane. Speak to her kindly. Think of her dead mother and the loneliness, the pain, the sorrow that must be on all her coming life. The softness of his heart. Give eloquence to his lips while Joe is out at work. His wife spends the day with Maggie and grows very fond of her." So see, this is a transformation in Mrs. Joe. What is the transformation? She was a vinegar-tempered lady, she was. But now what's happening now? When she saw the husband bringing the child home in his arms, she's saying that, "Why have you brought all this burden into our house? What are you going to do with it?" So he just requested her, he begged her that at least you can talk a little softly to this person. She's a crippled person, she's a disabled person, she's unable to do anything. There's nobody to take care of her. She's got it, and she just the day only her mother had expired. Then he leaves her in a small room and goes away for his work. And what does this lady do? She goes into the room of Maggie. She finds the child sleeping over there. Then she looks at her, sits beside her, talks to her, and then she gradually begins to like the child. So this we can say as a disguise. It's an angel in disguise that come into the house. And afterward, you know what you'll come to know? You'll come to know this girl, Mrs. Thompson, she's absolutely changed. She does not want the girl to go away from the house. So this vinegar temple, this lady had a vinegar temple. Vinegar temple means she was very frustrated, disgusted. She was agitated. She was always rude, cruel, And why did she get this frustration? Because she did not have a child of her own. So many years she went without a child, and that made her this kind of woman. But when she found the woman, though she was crippled, she began to love. That motherly affection came into her heart. She became passionate towards this girl, and she began to love the girl. Then the husband came to know, he could understand the change in her, but he did not tell her anything. He says, "Okay, fine, don't be worried, I'll be taking her to the poor house." She insists him to take her to the poor house first, but then she says, "Come on, immediately go." Then he says, "This is not a matter of joke. We have to do all the formalities, we got to complete it, and then we can only send her to the poor house." Then the next morning she says, "Why can't we take this child back home? We can keep her back home. We can, as a child, we can keep her back home." The husband was a little bit surprised, but then too he came to know that this lady began to love Maggie a little bit. So this is how how the change comes. The Thompson ends up giving Maggie and keeping Maggie, and she becomes a blessing in the house. It had been dark and cold and miserable there for a long time just because his wife had nothing to love and care for out of herself, and so became sore. She became irritable, she became ill-tempered, and she became self-afflicting in the desolation of a woman's nature. Now the sweetness of a woman, sweetness of the sick child, looking ever to her in love, patience and gratitude, was as honey to her soul, and then she carried her in her heart as well as in her arms a precious burden. She says it is no more a burden, but it is a burden, but it is a precious burden. Maggie was an angel in disguise here. So we can understand that we should, to live in this world, you cannot live without love. You cannot live in a cruel way. You want somebody to love you. Otherwise, you will not be able to survive. So let us take up the character. Whose character should we take up first? Let us take up the character of here. Let us take up the character of Maggie. Because she is the central character over here, so let us take up the character of Maggie. So what is all about Maggie? Now see here, he's saying that Maggie is the youngest child in the house of a family, is a crippled girl. She has injured her spine after her fall from the window 2 years ago. She is unable to leave her bed and is dependent on the others. She is poor and helpless. She is so weak that she cannot leave her bed unless carried in someone's arm. Maggie symbolizes innocence and the helplessness because she literally cannot survive without the love and care of someone else. Maggie turns out to be her blessing. She turns out to be a blessing over here. She turns out to be Maggie turns out to be a blessing. Then how is that? So she brings joy into the sad life of Thompson. In fact, an angel had come into Thompson's house, disguised as a sick, helpless child, and filled all its dreary chambers with the sunshine of love. She talks a little, but conveys the despair. When she says something after losing her family, she says, "Oh, Mr. Thompson, don't leave me here all alone." See how sympathetically she says that. Don't leave me all here alone. Though it is a short sentence, it has a very specific emotional coloring. Yes, she is very polite. She is very humble, of course, at the same time. She always says, "Sir." She never calls anybody by the name, or she's very rude when she talks to Joe Thompson. In fact, Maggie's character illustrates the main theme of the story, that humans cannot survive without other humans to love and care for them. Yes, they cannot survive without the love of others. So see, she is the pivot. She is the pivot around whom the whole story revolves. It is because of her people began to feel sorry. It is because of her she was brought into the house of Joe Thompson. It was because of her there was a transformation in the women's character. Mrs. Joe's character, Mrs. Joe's temperament, just Joe's emotion, that brought a change in her. So this ultimately we will come to a conclusion that she is really an angel in disguise. Why? She made a cruel woman into a kind woman. She transformed a cruel woman into a kind woman. She brought emotions of love into the heart of that vinegar tempered lady. Okay, now we'll talk about Mrs. Thompson. What kind of a lady was she? Of course, Mrs. Thompson, who happens to be childless, in a woman without compassion, kindness and sympathy. She is not a woman of saintly temper. She is first introduced as a very cruel, harsh character with little compassion for Maggie when her husband, Joe Thompson, enters his home with Maggie in his arms. Then Mrs. Thompson is enraged and says why he has brought that sick brat into the house, into their home. But after spending time with Maggie, Mrs. Thompson is transformed. She is transformed and decides to take care of Maggie, and for a few more days, which eventually turn into the rest of her life. Mrs. Thompson ends up falling in love with Maggie and finds purpose in taking care and looking after her. But before Maggie comes, it was dark and cold and miserable day for a long time, just because Mrs. Thompson had been suffering. She had been suffering for what? She had been suffering without any child, Olivia. Miserable. She was very miserable, Olivia. Mrs. Thompson had nothing to love and she had nothing to care except for herself. She was self-afflicting, she was. And so became more irritable, and she became ill-tempered and self-afflicting. She became in the desolation of women's nature. Now she is no longer irritable and ill-tempered. She is a loving lady now and caring person. The sweetness of Maggie is like honey in the life of this lady. Is like a honey over here, and then it is like honey in her soul, and she carries her in her heart as well as her in her arms. She carries the little girl in her arms also, as well as she carries the little girl in her heart also. So what about Joe Thompson? Joe Thompson is the wheelwright. He is loving, he is caring, and is a kind-hearted person. He loves children and likes their company. Though rough in exterior, his apparent appearance is very rough. He is tender at heart, a very soft person, and that is why when he sees that all the other people of those village folk have taken away the eldest son and the daughter, they have taken away, but this little child was left on the bed all alone. Nobody was there to take care of her. It was he who stopped over there and said, no, she cannot be left alone. He took her in her arms, and she was so feeble, she was so fragile, she was so weak, she was, that when he carried her, she had the pains in her bones. And then she was very light, she was very thin, she was, but fair and dark. Her eyes were talking, and then he felt very sympathetic towards this little girl and said, okay, fine, he's going to carry her home. But he was very afraid of his wife. Afraid in the sense he was very much, he was worried about the temperament of the wife, that he did not know that how she would be taking it. But that happened, what he thought, that she was very irritable, she was, when the child was taken home. And then Joe Thompson he begged her that she show a little bit of compassion to this little girl. Anyway, the next day, he will be taking her to the poorhouse, since there are so many formalities to be completed which cannot be done that very night only. Until that one particular night, she would be staying in the house, and the next morning he will be taking the little girl to the house. Fine. Then when Wheelwright, he went away to work, then he found, when he came back, he found that when he looked through the window, he found that his wife was sitting on the bed talking to this little girl. He could understand the little change in the face of the little girl. That means that this lady, she had become very soft with that girl. She had begun to love this girl. He understood, he noticed, but he did not bother to tell anything, but he just behaved in a very normal way. Then she said, can't we keep the child for a day or two? And that day and two became weeks, and that weeks became months, and then months turned into, for the whole life, they wanted to keep the little child to themselves here. So then so here we can say that it is that you see, then to calm, then just to, when he brought the child home, just to calm his wife's temperament, he refers to the Bible, in which these are the lines which turned that woman into a soft-hearted lady. He said that to calm his wife down, he refers to the Bible, in which he has mentioned that the Savior rebuked the disciples who did not receive and love the children. He exhorts his wife to be kind to her and treat her gently. The voice of the strong, rough man shakes, and he turns his head away and he hides his moist eyes, because he became emotional when this lady was harsh to the little girl. His words have the desired effect, and a soft feeling creeps into the wife's heart. Okay, children, so these are the characters, these are the main characters that we have come across, and we have learnt also. Now I hope any kind of question that comes to you, you'll be able to answer them. Okay, then stay happy, stay safe, stay good, be disciplined, be polite towards your parents, and obedient also. Take care of yourself, be safe. Thank you.